Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, and welcome back to another video where I somehow get my hands on a digital drawing program. It's been a while. It's been, I think, if you look at my last video prior to this one, it's been about 2 years or so since I've uploaded. A lot has happened. A lot of you have, well, I say a lot of you, I think one of you, 1 out of 27, has asked me where I've been, why no more videos, and honestly, I don't have a good answer. I got busy, I abandoned my channel. My laptop that I was using to record, draw, and edit crashed. I didn't lose anything. It still will open up, but it's very, very broken, and so I just haven't gotten around to replacing it because computers are expensive, and so I haven't really gotten around to doing much with my channel. But that's no excuse. We're back now, and hopefully better than ever. I would say this video is probably higher quality than my previous, but still, that being said, don't expect much from it. This is honestly so much less of a video of me drawing my Animal Crossing character and more of me just playing around with the settings and different tools. It's pretty funny. I watched all the tutorials on this drawing program and on digital art in general after I recorded this video. After I did this whole drawing, and I got so much wisdom and so many tips from those that I am now sitting here editing this, recording audio, and dreading how this turned out. I can see all the little mistakes that I was making, in those do this, not that videos, and the digital art tips for beginners, 7 mistakes beginners make, and stuff like that. I'm making every single one of those mistakes. And one of them is honestly not using the paint bucket tool. Like, I literally go in here and I hand color everything, and it takes so long. Actually, uncut, the original footage ended up being around 3.5 to 4 hours long. That is how long it took me to finish this drawing, and that's not necessarily anything wrong, anything bad. I mean, it is. It's very embarrassing and very frustrating for me as an artist because I just want to be there already. I want to be good at this already, but I know that I have to take my time with it. I have to, there's a big learning curve, and I'm still learning. I'm still experimenting. I'm still watching the videos. I'm still gathering information and accepting criticism. So if anyone wants to pop down with a comment or two, but please make note of when this video was posted. If you're watching this 2 years down the road, I promise I will have better content by then, and more consistently, I hope. But in the meantime, this is where I'm at. So yeah, it's actually kind of crazy because when I first picked up, after 2 years, my first time in 2 years doing digital art, I felt like such a complete baby and such a newbie in such a weird way. I tried to use the paint tool and that did not work. I wanted to keep that in there to show you guys. But yeah, I felt like such a newbie and such a beginner again. It was honestly, I'm pretty decent. I wouldn't say professional, but I wouldn't say amateur at any other art form. If you want to talk about acrylics or watercolor, I'd say I'm almost professional in watercolor. Still pretty amateur in acrylics, but pencil drawings, pencil sketches, things like that, I'm fairly good at. I've been doing it for a long time, for a lot of years, since I was about 12 years old. I started taking it seriously, and I had an art tutor, and I had all these different things, and so I'm pretty adept at that. But again, it felt like going right back to the beginning with digital art because I didn't even know how to hold the pen or pen strokes or anything like that. And so I've done a lot of like practice sheets where I just draw a bunch of lines and a bunch of circles, kind of like at the beginning of my own like art classes and stuff. Just the practicing that they used to do. I've tried to adapt that to digital, and also watching a bunch of tutorials and stuff. So, but again, like I said, this recording, this drawing is prior to any of those videos. So I was literally going into this with no knowledge. Any of you who are subscribed or who have seen any of my previous videos, you've seen me draw in the style of Bob's Burgers on digital, and you've probably seen a couple of my other things to where it's like pretty much the same stuff. But even that was like not super high quality. Like Bob's Burger style is super simple. So that video, that drawing was super easy. It almost takes no skill. Like a beginner could definitely pull off the Bob's Burger style. Not to diss on the show or the artists or the creators or anything. That's just to say like they have a really neat, simple art style, and that was kind of one of the reasons that I was drawn to trying it, no pun intended. And I love animated shows and things like that where the style is just so unique and so like specific to their show. I mean, I know it's not that specific, but yeah. So anyways, what do I want to talk about? Where have I been? This video is already like halfway over. What have I been doing? Well, due to current events in the world, I am not working. It actually doesn't really have anything to do with what's happening right now other than, oh, look at that pink line. I wanted to keep this in and show you guys that there was a pink line by her shoulder and I didn't even see it this whole time. Like, look at that. Look at me not even erasing that, taking a break and not even looking at it. Anyway, so I've not been working. I had to leave my previous job for reasons, and so now I'm stuck with all this free time. So I thought I might jump back into making videos because that was kind of what I needed, other than the technology for it, was just the time for it. So super glad to be back on that. Yeah, so I've just been drawing, experimenting. It actually took me a while to get around to this drawing because I wanted to kind of get my hands wet with some things first. I've been watching a lot of Naruto lately. My boyfriend grew up on it, so he's been watching it since he was a kid, and he could not believe that I had never seen a single episode. The only thing I knew about Naruto was it was an anime about a blonde kid, and a bunch of people I knew did this thing called the Naruto run, and that's about it. That's the extent of my knowledge up until like a few months ago. So been doing that. We just got to Naruto Shippuden, where they're like doing a bunch of crazy stuff, and I won't spoil anything, but like there's huge stuff going on, and I'm just like completely blown away, and like I'm totally head over heels for the nine-tailed fox. Like, uh-oh, what happened? My video just went dark. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Editing me just found a big mistake. There was just a little gap between a couple of segments that I had like cut and removed, and so it was just this big like black screen that you had to stare at for, it was only a couple seconds, but I was like freaking out, like where did my video go? Anyway, all that aside, I love the Ninetales. I love Naruto. It is such a good show and so emotionally captivating. Like all the characters are so unique and so incredible. So you can definitely expect videos to come with the Naruto style, with inspiration from the Naruto universe. So look out for that. But other than that, I've just been sulking and trying to reach out to friends, trying to keep in touch, and I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, hence this video. And by a lot of Animal Crossing, I don't mean like I have a completely like terraformed, completely finished, decorated island. By no means is it anywhere close to that. I also actually only have like 80 to 90 hours in the game. I bought it the day it was released, and my boyfriend and I both bought it, and so we played like side by side for like weeks. Which is kind of like fizzled out for me. I'm still really in love with it. I still love playing it, but like trying to get your island the way you want it to be and like look is super hard. Like I've noticed that it's really hard to actually follow through with the plans. Like I drew up this whole map of my island and was like, okay, I'm gonna put this here and that here, but that requires me to move a lot of houses, like villager houses, and relocate a lot of people and move a lot of things and completely like destroy the land and rebuild basically. And so it's just a super intimidating task, and I'm trying to push through it, but it's slow moving, and that's okay because Animal Crossing is a game that I feel you are supposed to go at your own pace. So it's pretty nice, pretty relaxing. It's definitely my kind of game, being that I'm not like a super huge gamer or anything. I love games. I love to try new games. There are games that are close to my heart, like Breath of the Wild and stuff like that, stuff that my boyfriend has got me into or that I play with him. But I'm just not super like committed, I would say. And so for me to put 80, 90 hours into a game, that's like it's a pretty incredible feat, trust me. Yeah, so been doing that, been playing Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Those two I would say are like super close to my heart. I love Stardew Valley. I love the characterization in there. Concerned Ape is a very incredible individual to have come up with such an incredible game. And so that is another video that I want to try, is drawing some of the characters from Stardew Valley. And here I am just spoiling all the future videos that I may or may not follow through with, depending. But yeah. I'm just here with my tea, drinking a hot cup of tea. And honestly, you guys, drinking this cup of tea is like drinking a giant cup of nostalgia. No joke. I have not had this kind of tea since last summer, when my boyfriend and I started dating and stuff. And so I pulled out the can from my shelf and was like, oh, I'm gonna make this kind of tea. Like I haven't had blueberry green tea in a while. And as soon as I opened the lid and like sniffed the can, it was just a huge throwback. I was like, oh my gosh, I remember those days. First dating my boyfriend, making him a cup of tea, and like, so cute. Yeah, it's just huge throwback. Smell, taste, everything. Another reason this video took me so long, I literally recorded this a week ago, a little less than a week ago. And I finished editing yesterday, and now I'm recording the audio because I suck at editing. You guys, you have no idea how bad I am with technology. It has taken me 4 different editing apps and let me see, so many stressful hours of searching, of researching, of playing around with different things, watching so many tutorials on those 4 different editing apps, and realizing that my files were too big for some or not compatible with others. Or I tried Blender, that like 3D animation program that has like a lot of cool stuff and it's free, and I actually donated like $10 to them. I tried using that and ended up, I just messed up just with how I went about doing that. All I did to the video was try to speed it up, and I didn't even like play it all through to see how quickly it was sped up. And so I just quickly like was like, oh, I'm just gonna speed this up and then like export it or whatever. And so I went to the render screen, and it took, no joke, a full 24 hours and then some to even get through an hour's worth of footage. And that's when I realized I did not speed this thing up nearly fast enough, nor did I make any of the necessary cuts. This video, as it stands, is 23 minutes and 38 seconds long. However, when I first uploaded or first got all this into the software program that I'm using right now, it ended up being 53 minutes long. And I thought to myself, there is no way anyone is going to sit through 53 minutes of me drawing. And second of all, there is no way I am going to come up with something to talk about for 53 minutes. And so I went through this whole video and did the right thing, and I cut a lot of footage out and cut a lot of like there was a lot of places, honestly, where I was drawing and then I just stopped and like had a moment of, what do I do next? Or I was checking my reference photos, or I was just cleaning up lines and stuff that like you guys don't need to see. Like, that's so unnecessary. You guys don't need to see me not using the paint bucket and just tracing the entire outline of my character's hair and filling that all in. Like, there's no way. I did leave a few things that were kind of tedious, like right now, just because I would get caught up in like watching the video and I would be super into it. Like, I don't know, there's something pretty relaxing about art videos in general, at least in my opinion as an artist. I watch a lot of art videos and speed paints and stuff, and I know typically people just put music to their videos, but I like to leave like a little commentary, and honestly, like, most of it is just me apologizing because I know how low quality it is. Like, the shading, like, what am I doing with the shading? What am I doing? I don't. And this highlighting that's going on right now, like, in the end, I think it turned out pretty okay, but just the process is so tedious, and like, no wonder the footage was like 4 hours long. Like, it just, wow. But anyway, real quick, I guess now is a good time. I was gonna save it to the end, but now is a good time, oh no, to just kind of shout out a few people. You guys have, I know there's like a very small gathering right now. It's just beginning, but I really appreciate the people who are on board right now, the people who have subscribed or who have commented, especially those who have commented. Like, I really love you guys. You make my day with all your kind words, and like, there's just a few people on here who have commented and said like, wow, like, this is really awesome. Like, I watched your Bob's Burgers videos, and like, you just, like, why no more videos? Like, and I didn't realize that, first of all, I didn't realize that I was gonna even have 27 subscribers right now, like, which I know is like weak numbers, but it's a small beginning. It's somewhere. I don't know if this channel is going to end up anywhere near like, say, 100 or 1,000, but I really like where we're at right now, and I really like the people who are on board. So thank you all for doing that. And thank you to the 12 subscribers that I can view. You guys are awesome, and this video is for you, dedicated to all of you. So if you get through this and you get through my rambling, oh boy, you're a trooper. Hopefully too, I will have some music to play in this video so it's not just me talking the whole time. I'm gonna sip my tea now. Just wrapping up, sort of. Yeah, I got to a point in this video, actually, in this drawing, where it's not yet because I'm still working on some shading and stuff, but you can definitely tell I got like really tired of it. Just how it was turning out was just not, it was not to my satisfaction, and maybe that's just me being a perfectionist. For a beginner, you have to look at it from that perspective. Like, for a beginner, this is a pretty good video. Like, if I didn't know anything about art and I was just getting my feet wet, like, this is a pretty good result. Like, I can see where there's a lot of room for improvement, and I can see where kind of where like I want to take this in the future. And yeah, just like my other videos and disclaimers, like, this is a very low quality drawing, but hopefully high quality entertainment, maybe, sort of. If not, there's gonna be other videos in the future. I can't even watch my Bob's Burgers tutorial video. It is chock full of cringe. Like, I can't even fathom what I was thinking 2 years ago when I made it. There's especially the beginning, like the intro. I think I looked on like my analytics and stuff, and the average time people will spend in that video, spend watching it, is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Guys, I don't blame you. I can't even spend 30 seconds in that video. It's a cringe fest. But that's okay, because humble beginnings. You hear YouTubers talk all the time about like where they came from, what they started with, how they like started recording on their phone in their bathroom. It's a growing process. Like, you don't see YouTubers like, I don't know who to pick for an example. I guess art channels, if you know Lavender Town. If not, please go subscribe right now. She's super cute and super cool with like a lot of art tips for you guys and a lot of cool videos. But like Lavender Town, I'm sure that she started out very small. Like, she started out with doodling. She says all the time in her videos, you know, she got into drawing because of different animes, and even like one of her videos that I really love and that I just watched recently was her video where she pulls out a manga drawing book, like a tutorial book, an instruction booklet for children. And it's the funniest thing because she goes through that book and basically like fixes how the characters look, because they look really goofy and like really awkward, and it's a very old anime style where like maybe one character has super disproportionately large hair and it just looks funny. And so you should definitely check her out. And but yeah, like that's where she started, and that's where we all kind of have to start with artwork and with something like this. Is if you're starting anything from scratch, you're never going to get it right the first time. Art is a constant learning curve. You can never completely know everything there is to know. You're always improving. Even the professionals, even, you know, Walt Disney Studios, look at their track record of being one of the most amazing movie studios, animation studios out there, one of the biggest. And they had to start with, you know, stuff like Snow White. Like, they went from Snow White to Frozen. Like, that's the difference in quality, and the difference in where they took a product that was good storytelling, good movie, you know, cinematic, whatever you want to call it, and they improved upon that for years and years and years, and got the products that we see today. But anyways, just to wrap up the video really quick, thank you all for watching. Thanks so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching me go crazy a little bit. I hope this upcoming summer is the best summer of your lives, and please feel free to leave a comment, critique, or link to a tutorial video that you found helpful and that you think could help me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to have a new video up next week. Bye! What am I even doing here? This is so chaotic.